Hi, it's Crystal from ChristaCoDesign. Today we're learning how to make this Ribby knit square, which is an 8x8 square, and you're using worsted weight yarn with a 4.5mm US size 7 knitting needles. Okay, for this square we're going to cast on 35. The stitch multiple is 4 plus 3. If you need help casting on, I'll link up some videos for cast on tutorials. You can use any cast on that you're comfortable with for this square. Okay, for row 1 we'll start with a knit, and then our repeat across the row will be to purl 1, knit 1, and we'll repeat that all the way across. Purl 1, knit 1. Okay, once you reach the end of row 1, you're going to turn, and we're going to repeat row 1 again. So we'll start with a knit, and then repeat across, purl 1, knit 1. Okay, we're at the end of row 2, so now we're going to turn and we're going to work row 3. This will be your right side of your work. First stitch we'll knit, second we'll purl. Now we're going to purl 1 and knit 3. And that will be a repeat across. Purl 1 and knit 3 until you have 5 stitches left. Okay, to finish row 3, when you have 5 stitches left, you're going to purl 1, knit 2, and purl 1, knit the last. And then turn. For row 4, we'll knit the first one, and then we're going to purl across until we have 1 stitch left. Okay, when you have 1 stitch left in the row, you're going to knit that last stitch. Then turn your work. And for row 5, we're going to knit 1, purl 1, and knit 3. Then we'll repeat that across, purl 1, knit 3, until you have 2 stitches left. Okay, when you have 2 stitches left, you're going to purl 1 and knit the last. Then we'll turn, and for row 6 we're going to do a repeat of row 4, which is knit 1 and then purl all until you have 1 stitch left, and then you will knit that last stitch. All right, and now you are going to repeat rows 3 through 6 until your square measures about 7.5 inches tall. So remember, row 3 is your right side, so that's what we're looking at here. So repeat rows 3 through 6, and then for the last 2 rows you're going to do 2 rows of seed stitch. So just like we did our first 2 rows, knit purls, and then you'll bind off, and you want to do it in pattern, and I'll link up the video where I show you how to do that as well. You can skip over to that part of the bind off on the other knit square to see how to bind off and seed stitch in pattern. Okay, and that's about it. I hope that was helpful and you enjoy your 8x8 Ribby knit square. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out more knitting tutorials on ChristaCoDesign.com.